Welcome back to Outperform. My name is Jules Bruchet, and today I'm here with professional fighter AJ Fletcher. Oh no, amateur fighter. Still amateur. Soon to be professional. AJ is going to help me demonstrate two of my favorite moves for fighters and grapplers, especially athletes in general. All right? So let's get right to it. The first one is a single leg deadlift. Now, if you noticed, AJ's gonna do a single deadlift, except he's gonna do it with a cross-reached grip. And so what I mean by that is, he's deadlifting off his left leg, but he's reaching with his right arm. The reason why I want him to do this is because it's a cross-diagonal pattern. The reason why we do this is because since that the pelvis rotates against the fixed femur, that creates an internal rotation of the hip. Now, by doing that, his glutes are external rotators, and so it activates its glute more effectively. Plus, with his lat being engaged on the opposite side, it creates a more realistic and fundamental movement against a moving opponent or during sports play. All right, that's good. Another added benefit of that is the fact that he's having to work on balance, so his ankle stability comes into play. And also by having crossed over, he also has to engage his trap 3 and his subscapular area, which tends to be very weak on most people, not just athletes in general. So that's exercise number 1, the deadlift, single leg with a cross reach. Now my second one is one of my favorites because it works on balance, anti-flexion, anti-rotation, and anti-extension all at the same time, and also starts to help you teach to use your hips for power, not your abdomen. So let's take a look at that one. Okay, here's movement number 2. All right, go ahead.
That's about where you start.
That's right.
Good.
You done? That's good. All right. As you can see, it's extremely difficult, but this is why it's so important for athletes. Athletes need to learn to base on one leg at a time. If you have no balance, you will have no power transfer throughout the body. It all starts in the ankle. This is why this is the first progression I like to use. While he stands on one foot, he's gonna have to balance himself. As he throws the ball over, not only is he resisting to fall over by his ankle, his abdomen has to activate so that way he doesn't fall over, like the drunk guy in the bar throwing a big mollywopper. When the ball retracts from the wall, he has to grab it, pulls it back towards his hip, but then once again has to activate again so that way he doesn't fall over. This is a wonderful exercise on teaching the athlete how to work on balance and hip rotation. Remember, power from your punches do not come from your abdomen. They come from your hip. This is the first progression, and then we would move on to two-legged progressions and also more dynamic progressions. I hope this helps you out. If you're an athlete of a grappling nature or a boxer, MMA, anything like that, please take a look in consideration of these two exercises. They may seem very basic, but they're extremely challenging for someone who's not used to doing them. Another added benefit I didn't talk about in the deadlift is a lot of people have lower back injuries, and due to being single leg done, you can't use a lot of load, which takes away the risk of hurting your lower back.